All right, here we go. Let's start. See if we're live. Can't really tell. Usually can't tell for another 3 seconds. Oh, there we go. Welcome to the Out of the Draft podcast. We have our original panel. Of course. Oh, sorry, I just messed up the screen. Hold on.
The hell did you
What'd you
just
do?
do?
I'm Dylan. And then we have Mitch and DCD, aka Dylan, and Stat Boy, whatever. He's a whole different thing. It's special, but
A whole different thing.
but let's get right into the. I guess the weekend starts. Well, first, I always do this. How was everyone's week?
My week was good, I guess.
Good.
I'm
Nothing
exhausted.
special.
Like I've been working
I
my
feel
butt off
that.
this week. Like I feel.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
Uh, let's get right into truck race that we watched live, um, which was really cool to see. Um, it was pretty exciting, pretty good finish. Which we watched it live, so there's not really much to talk about it. Um,
Right. It was a good race, and came down to obviously green, white, checkered, and a lot of beating and banging, and I mean, you know, things happen.
yeah, I mean literally. Congrats to Christian Eckes, or no wait,
Chandler Smith.
Chandler Smith. I was thinking of last year. Good
Yeah,
lord.
last year.
I'd never know who's in that 18 truck. I swear it gets changed
For
every year.
real though, that's always different.
Uh, my bad. Chandler Smith. That was cool to see. I mean, first time winner, especially heading into the next round of the playoffs, about to make to your final four. So, congratulations to him, and great for the KBM team. And I don't think KBM's going to stop the momentum because they're heading into their best racetrack ever. So, in Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
for real.
Uh, so we'll see if that continues. Any other thoughts for the truck race though?
Oh no, not really. I mean, it was a good race. The only other thing I guess really is that late race restart. They kind of mentioned to John Hunter. I don't remember what they said specifically, but basically talking about his teammate and how he was in a must-win situation. So regarding that restart, John ended up taking the lead after he shoved the two after the 18 shoved the two wide and then passed him and then just got loose and let him back by. I don't know. I mean, when you watch it back, you see his gloves. I mean, he's doing a lot of right turning, so I mean, he was loose, but I don't know. I feel like he might have kind of just pulled over while being loose a little because I mean, when have we seen John Hunter just pull over really
No.
and not fight back? You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just kind
Well,
of
the
odd.
next lap down the back, um, he was
He
beating
gave
his
him
bumper.
a little bump. That was it, though, really.
Um, and then he just lost the truck again in 3 and 4, and that's what got Grant Enfinger around him.
Right, and then Grant just shoved him out the way at that point,
Yeah.
as Grant does.
Yeah. So I mean
But
I saw exactly what you saw, and I agreed. But at the same time, like we really don't know because I mean it wasn't really said.
right, right. I
Uh,
mean, maybe he was loose and just ended up being really lenient with him, you
yeah.
know, versus if it was the two or Grant, you know, he might
Yeah.
not have been that way. But who knows? Other than that, though, all in all, it was a good race. It was a really fun podcast last week doing that live like
Yeah.
that, and I look forward to doing more. That'd be fun.
Yeah, for sure. And then you go ahead and talk about the cup or the Xfinity race match.
Xfinity, man, what a race! So we started out stage one and two. Who won stage one and two? I
I
don't
couldn't watch
remember.
it, so
I
I
watched
couldn't
it.
either.
I just don't remember.
I'll look. Hang on.
what's up, Cody? Welcome to the chat.
I don't remember much. I think Cindric won a stage. I don't remember one stage one though. Maybe Justin Allgaier. Oh wait, yeah, Justin Allgaier in the 8, and then the 18 was fast. That's right. So stage 1 and 2 is pretty much just good hard racing.
Stage 1 was Allgaier. Stage 2 was Hemrick.
Allgaier, Hemrick, yeah. Okay, yeah, they were dead equal for most of first run until the 7 and the 8 ended up, I think, speeding on pit road at the end of stage 2 or stage 1. I don't know, something like that. And then 18 was looking good because they were by far the fast. The 18 and the 7 seemed dead equal. I mean, honestly, all in all, the race itself was pretty tame. Wasn't much going on. After that penalty, though, the 7 and 8 they were coming through the field. Like, they were freaking coming. But they were going to run out of time, which at that point, the 22 had already taken the lead from the 18. And it looked like 22 was going to run away with it. But we ended up having a caution with, like, I think 4 to go, something like that, for when the 7 car dumped the 8 car. Running second and third. So that was interesting. That set us up for that final green white checkered. 22 car was first. Technically, Allgaier lined up on the high side behind the 22.
Yep.
Taking the 4th position. That allowed AJ to come from 4th to line up on the bottom. And then behind him was Brandon Jones, maybe?
No, Herbst.
Herbst. Yeah, you're right. Herbst. Yeah. So take the green. Go around turn 1. Cindric accelerated really well on that restart. I honestly thought the race was over going into turn 1. Cindric was pretty much clear of the 16 already, but the 16, he got through the center really well through turn 1 and 2, came off side by side. Go down into turn 3. AJ pretty much just sends it in there. Drives up, doors the 22. The 7 comes down, makes it 3 wide to the inside. At this point, we're 3 wide, crossing the start-finish line, taking the white flag, going into turn 1 now. The 7 and the 22 squeeze the 16 out to the center. 7 gets loose going into turn 1, slides up, moves the 22 up. 16 comes back down, come 3 wide again, exit turn 2 that way. Then they squeeze the 7 out. Now the 7's door banging with the 98. 7 ended up having, I think, a left front flat going into turn 3, it looked like. So at this point, going into turn 3, AJ's got a good lead. I mean, a good 2/10s. At that point, the race should have been over. Cinder just drove it in there, got through there really well, came off the corner and just drove it into the side of the 16. Drove it right into the side of them. They both spin, cross the checkers. AJ barely edges them out. They absolutely destroy their cars after the checkered when AJ slides back up into traffic. It was that was incredible. It was an incredible restart. That's what Bristol's about. That's why we're on the pavement, under the lights.
They took checkers and records that week, not checkers or records.
Oh yeah, no doubt. It wasn't either or. It was all or nothing.
Yeah, like that was something special there. Like that.
It really was.
That's one of those things that you see every 10 years, like something like that.
Absolutely.
That doesn't come around often. Honestly, I don't remember the last time that I saw someone like something like that happening, where it's like beating and banging back and forth, but nobody wrecks.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking about that as well earlier in the week, and I couldn't recall a time that I have personally seen like live or not necessarily live, but in my lifetime, of watching NASCAR, I guess. I couldn't recall it really. I mean, the most closest thing that we have to that would be like, I don't think it's technically the Dale Earnhardt Terry Labonte. I think there's one after that at Charlotte. I just don't remember who it was. But
are you talking about Cal Petty and
Yes. Well, no, that'd be before that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was. I think that was
Jonathan
before.
Bonnie.
I don't know. Exactly. I mean, we don't know.
Well, so the only thing that comes to mind to me, what they wrecked still, but I'm just saying like if they didn't wreck, this would be the only thing that comes to mind is the 2017 Martinsville Fall race where the 9 or the 24 hits the 2 in turn 1 and 2, and then Hamlin would have hit the 24 into turn 3, but instead Hamlin just jacked his wheels up and then spun him out.
Yeah.
But
Right.
like if he didn't do that, I feel like it would have been the same type of result that we kind of
Right.
saw. So I mean that would have been pretty cool to see. But of course, life didn't.
Well, I guess the closest, would have been the closest thing that I guess that we would have seen to the Bristol race that we just saw would probably be the Logano Truex coming across the Martinsville line.
Oh yes. Except Truex was nice.
Right. They didn't really wreck, but they were close to wrecking. But
yeah, I mean, and then
that's probably the closest.
You know what was crazy about that? Okay, Rick Allen has grown as an analyst because remember when that was happening in 2008 or 2018 at Martinsville, he was like beating and banging across the line, and Denny Hamlin finished second. He didn't even say the winner.
Right.
And then like during the AJ and Cindric move, he was talking about the action. He was like, "Oh, they're spinning. AJ gets the checkered flag, crossing a finish line, hits the wall." Like he actually, like you can tell he's grown, right? Like it definitely has gotten better. It isn't
Right.
but like I just now hearing that in my head, I was like, "Wow, that's funny." And it's gonna be Logano. Get it?
Yeah, it was incredible Bristol racing. I mean, the racing alone was good racing. They were constantly. I mean, Bristol all weekend, which we'll get to the Cup side of it, but it was really more like old school Bristol style, not so much in the later stages of the Cup race as expected. But
Yep.
I mean, it was great, and I think that's what really made the Xfinity race so good as well, is because they were old school Bristol. You know, you had to move them out the way, as we saw late in that race as well. But incredible finish, man. I'm so glad I got to see that one live. I would have been mad because I remember a couple times last year and 2 years ago or whatever, I'd be talking to you guys about a race or whatever, and you guys be like, man, oh, it's a great finish, blah, 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 or whatever, And that was one of them ones where I was like, I'm so glad I got to see that because I would have been mad if I didn't.
Well, I was watching it live, and then all of a sudden, I had something come up during while I was working, and I had to shut it off. And then I come back, and I get a text from you. Oh my gosh, that was insane! I'm like, oh god, I just missed something great. But
it was, man.
I mean, it was good. Either way, I was happy. So
right.
But now we can move on to the Cup side. DCD, you want to talk about the Cup race a little bit?
Give me a second. Let me write this down so I don't forget it. Because I will.
Stat boy just got it. It's fine.
I'm so much darker than you guys.
Thank you.
I think I set my camera up wrong, honestly. I put it to the wrong. I'm too dark for the own skin tone that I put.
I'm just.
Yeah, you're really black, right?
I have no words.
Waiting on you, Newman.
I know, shut up.
You're over here writing a book.
I'm writing like Rocket Man. Give me a second.
You're writing like Rocket Man.
What are you writing now?
Stuff about the race.
Okay.
But that wasn't finished.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a whole ass page.
I usually do too.
Stage 1. Get Hamlin and Larson classic battle all season long. Basically been the theme. Stage 2, then we got Larson just running away basically because Hamlin couldn't keep up.
Yeah. And
Is there
then
any big cautions I'm missing? I
but
don't remember.
before that, I do want to talk about the point situation with Byron because this is big.
Yeah, I
Um,
was getting to that.
oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were about
No,
to
you
move on
good.
to stage
Go.
three. Um,
You go.
okay.
That's all I
So
was getting to.
there was a caution right before the end of stage 2 that so Byron has been running fast all race, top 7, in stage 1 or whatever that looked like. He got points and then moves on to stage 2. He's still like 7th, really not doing much, but I mean you can tell like if they put some adjustments or whatever in there, it'll be fast. But a caution comes out. By the way, I'm still at a wedding reception at this point, so this is just me watching it while like I'm dancing at this point. This is so I don't really know the whole story, but he stays out, and a lot of the guys in the points battle pit it, besides him, and so
Yep.
he was able to um, be 6 on the lineup of the restart. Well, he chose the inside. The outside did not go. Um, and then all of a sudden you have Eric Amarillo on fresh tires coming, um, and then Tyler Reddick on fresh tires coming as well. And they were trying to get through the field from the people that stayed out. But Byron actually was even faster than the people in front of him on that run or when the tires got cold. And he ended up passing a few other guys and finished 4th at the end of the stage. Which he passed. I mean, so that was a really good points um, gain for him for the race because that's really important for the end of it. And so
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the post. I got tagged in something randomly, so by like someone that I wasn't expecting to. So I was like, "What the hell is this?" You know?
oh, no, I was just like, what did I say? Like I thought I said something stupid.
No, but it was actually funny. But sorry.
Uh, okay, so then yeah, he gets 4th. Larson gets the stage win, of course, and then that kind of sets us up for the next uh, for the restart of stage 3 because
Right.
Larson, Byron, Bowman, and Chase because that was the 4, and I guess Hamlin. That was like the
Right.
5 people that that didn't pit
Right.
under the caution, so they had to pit when the stage ended.
Right.
So it lined it up with Harvick and Blaney on the front row, and then now you go ahead. I just wanted to put that on.
I was glad about that caution toward the end of stage 2 because I mean obviously we saw strategy, which is great. Love strategy.
Yeah.
But obviously for my guy Kevin, previously stage 1 and all of stage 2, I mean he had an okay car. He was running like fifth to 8, so you know. But came down, checked that not penalty, but pitted. And I feel like once he cycled up to the front and finally got the track position, his car actually came alive and seemed like he had something to win with. But just wanted to elaborate on that before we get deeper into stage 3.
It's definitely important going forward.
But yeah, so you can continue, DCD.
All right, stage 3. About 50 to go. 50 to go. When did that red flag come out? Was that towards the end of stage 2 or beginning of stage 3?
Red flag. That was
Amarola, remember smoking. I think
I think that was with like 80 to go or so.
Okay. Did Hamlin cut his tire now or
that was after.
Oh, this is after. Okay, so I was driving home, so I really didn't know where we're at after this.
Driving.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh.
I was making fun of you, saying you were driving.
Oh.
Alright, so I don't remember that red flag came out. But we got Chase, Larson, Hamlin, Harvick all up front running good. About 50, like he said, to go. And then first Hamlin's tire goes down. He gets to pits, he's good. A couple more, KFB goes down. Then we get Chase and Harvick. Mitch, would you like to talk about that? Y'all too, since that's y'all's 2 drivers.
So when that happened, so obviously, yeah, we had that restart with like 50 to go or so, something like that. It boils down to I think it happened with like 34 to go, something like that. Harvick finally got a good run. Obviously, passing is hard with Bristol traffic and stuff. You get held up by the wrong guy. I mean, they're going around. So obviously, the cars behind look for that opportunity, look for picks. So Kevin running second finally got a good chance to make a pick. Got a good run, so on. Got underneath Chase and drove it in there. / slid up a little bit. Got into his left side. Got down his left front tire. Kevin drives on. Dylan.
So, I want to elaborate on, I guess, the battle as well leading up to that point, because Harvick was so good in the center. That was where he was beating the 9. But as soon as the 9 hit the throttle, it's like he could never get to the bottom of him. Like, it was like,
Right.
for some reason, the Hinder cars, as soon as they hit the throttle, it's like a rocket ship. That was one of their. That's been their things all year. When they hit the throttle, it's like, phew. I don't know why that is or what's made them do that this year, but I mean, it's great for us or for me at least. But
Right.
But I think if Chase didn't really have that, this wouldn't even happen, because I really think Harvick had the better car through the corner. But it's just like Bristol is like that train around the top or on the bottom, no matter what side it is. You just have to be methodical and then try to make sure that he didn't clear the lap car by the gets in the corner. But Chase, of course, is a new, young kid, young driver, so he doesn't care about that lap car. He's going to send it in no matter what.
Right. Squeeze it.
And he sent it in 3 wide. Now he did give Harvick more than enough room to stay at the bottom. It wasn't like that Harvick didn't have the room for him to, so that's why he got loose. But he just got loose, and then he didn't let off the throttle. I mean, if he does, he loses the spot, and honestly, I think he loses the race. So,
right, I agree.
So
at that point, Larson would be all over him.
Yeah, and I honestly, I think I would have just left at that point, because them two battling would have ended that.
Right.
But I can see where Harvick was like, all right, well, I got to get the spot, got to clear him. Obviously, he killed him more than cleared him. And then killed his left front. He had to go down to the pits, but he was so close to his pit box that they didn't know what tire was flat. So they had to change all 4.
And it was a rough pit stop too.
No, it was because like when they looked at
it was not clean.
They were like, "What tire?" It's the left front. You hear Alan on the radio, left front, and then he was like, "Forget it, just change all 4."
Stops. Christopher Bell's was terrible too.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they were back to back stops.
Ironically, it was the same lap car that screwed Christopher Bell. Just FYI.
Really?
Yeah, it was the same 52 car. That's what was funny.
Of course.
It is. Rick Ware. But so come back on the track. The 9 actually is behind the 4 and the 5. Crazy how that works out, right? Like, he could have ended anywhere on the racetrack, but that was weird how that worked out.
Bristol.
Yeah. And then
how many laps down did he go? 2?
3.
3 with the
Yeah, well, ended up being 2 because
got one back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, true. But.
And then so he gets behind or gets around Larson, not even a corner, and then literally not even the next corner, 1 and 2, he gets a really good run, coming out of 2, and then just blows by Harvick, and then tries to do the same thing that Harvick did to him and cut down his left front with his what's that thing on the side of it? The car. What's that thing?
Exhaust pipe.
Yeah, the exhaust pipe. That's what he cut down with. So he tried to do the same thing. I mean, I get it. At least he didn't go out and absolutely just spin him out, right? Because like I feel like that would have been.
I, in my opinion, I think I would have liked it more that way.
Really?
Than the way it happened. Absolutely, because
I was waiting for a Kenseth thing.
All right, well, we'll go into opinions in a minute.
Okay. And then of course Chase gets around, but Chase goes straight to the outside. Like he he knew what he was doing, right? Like, he knew that he wanted to affect his air, and be that car, right? Now, and he didn't dramatically slow down to where he like was like blocking the 4, right? He was just using
No.
that lane, which we've seen plenty of drivers do that, right? I mean, the 22 did it to Chase at Homestead, where Hamlin got around and won last year.
The 42 did it earlier this season
With
for
the 18
the one.
for the one. So it's happened, but I feel like because Chase fans get this like, well, a lot of them are really stupid when it comes to like they don't think Chase does anything wrong, which in my opinion, this is the I wouldn't do this if you're racing for a championship because that's going to hinder you the rest of the year.
I agree.
Because like if he makes it to the Final Four and Harvick doesn't, I mean Harvick.
Well, we could maybe see like the same situation. I mean, obviously, I know Phoenix is the final race now, but we could see like a similar situation to Harvick and Elliott, or Elliott and Hamlin from a couple years back.
Yeah, I mean, so
It's as easy as that, cut a tire.
Yeah,
Harvick's got experience.
So, and then of course, while this is all going on, by the way, the point system is crazy. You have the 24 and third.
All over the place.
The 24 is in third, yes. William Byron's in third at Bristol. Somehow, he's actually really impressed me this year. I think he's only going to improve. And so, that's what's good, right? For him, I think, and for his fan base as well. Because, honestly, when he won those races in the truck race, in the truck series, and then moved to Xfinity, won a championship as a rookie, and then we got moved straight into Cup, I was like, oh, dude, that's so fast. He should at least learned a little bit more. And it took him a couple years, but now he's like starting to understand, and especially being back with Rudy Fugel, I think this is going to be a really good combination. But
right,
that's
I agree.
But that's honestly, I think that combination is the reason why they even made it into the next round. But so of course this is all going on. The 5 passes the 4, actually clears himself. Let me get this straight, because the 5 literally raced him dirty. I mean, I think you saw like what happened to Chase, and he was just like.
I mean, I don't necessarily think he raced him dirty. I think that was just Bristol. Yeah, I mean, same situation with Kevin and Elliott.
Yeah.
Larson knew. You gotta take it. You're that close. You have to take it. You can't back off. Or at that point, it was like 5 to go anyway. So like you have to take it. But I mean, yeah, it could have been a little cleaner. But
yeah, I mean, I feel either way. I really think. Okay, if Larson and Harvick would have raced a little bit longer, honestly, I think the 24 would have been there. Like,
he was
Larson,
there. Yeah,
like I think he would have been involved.
Right.
Because. I mean, you saw what Harvick did to the 5 down the front stretch after he passed him. I mean, that.
Oh man, he jacked him up, man.
Larson is pretty impressive. That's all I have to say, because he was spinning out both ways.
That was, and I thought the hook to the left was bad, but that hook to the right, man.
He was right.
He was wrecked. Like,
I mean, I don't even know how Harvick didn't finish it. Like, I haven't figured. Like, because like I know he was full throttle. There's no way he let off. Like,
oh yeah.
And so that like.
I guess he's not the closer anymore.
I guess not.
I don't know. I mean, maybe he did even let off a little bit so he could make sure he'd hit the bottom, because he thought the 5 was wrecked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, I don't know though. It's interesting. Larson's a hell of a driver though.
No, yeah. And then you had the 10 and the 8. Okay, so the 8 was in 12th, the 10 was in like 15th, or something weird like back there, because his tires, like he was like running up front, on this same set of tires, but at the end of the run, he just faded, like straight to the back.
I think he just burned his tires up trying too hard.
Yeah, and then anyways, going to it, he needed 2 more positions. He could not get those, but he actually got past one more time. And then Reddick was so far back from the 2 positions he needed, he could not make those up delta-wise, not just by the people.
Right. He would need a caution.
Yeah.
It's just physically not possible to get there. But
And so the final one, of course, Harvick was not happy with how Chase used his displeasure. So, of course, you're gonna have that good old Bristol talk on the on pit road. I gotta admit, this is the funniest memes I've ever seen on pit road.
oh yeah, there's some good ones
Dude,
for this.
it's pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm rolling. Like it's been great. But either way, it was good to see like drivers like yell at each other again. Like that felt amazing. Like I don't care
Right.
who it was. That was just awesome.
Because I mean, they don't always need to fight. I mean, yeah, it's cool seeing a fist fight,
No,
but
I would have loved to seen like
I
a
mean,
little like. Well, they did shove each other, so I give them that. They did,
very slightly, yeah. But at the same time, though, with drivers at this prestige, you almost don't expect them to fight, really.
Especially those
You
two
know,
drivers, right?
exactly. Especially them two. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I could see Harvick fighting people,
Yeah.
but not Chase Elliott. You know,
Yeah,
it had to be like a Kyle Busch or a Logano or something like that for him to really go fight. But it's always nice seeing confrontations, even if it's literally our two favorite drivers in the middle of it.
No, yeah. Okay, I don't know why, but this is just my look on the whole situation. I could care less, right? They were both locked in, right? Realistically, I didn't care. Like, I was just like, oh, well, like the move that Harvick made, I was like, I texted the group, I was like, well, that was a little dirty. I was like, but I was like, well, that was kind of rude. Like, what? And then when I saw what Chase did, I was like, oh god, you just ruined your championship hopes here. Like, because I really think that he'll still make it to the Final Four. I just don't think he'll win the championship now, right? Like, because I don't think Harvick will do anything, but I just
I agree. I don't think he's gonna do anything to him.
That's gonna be in the back of his mind the whole time. You know, you got to realize that it's just
right, and I'm sure it will be. But I mean, we've seen it before because I mean, obviously Harvick has been eliminated before, you know, and he does race respectful, and and I feel like that's because he wants that out of people too. You know, when they know you're racing for a championship, most likely, unless you're Logano and Kenseth, I guess, they're not gonna do nothing to you because they know what that means. You know.
Yeah.
If Harvick didn't make it, he wouldn't do nothing to him.
No, yeah, but I don't think so. I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, like why, like
right, but in the process to getting to those, to advancing each to round and stuff like that, I feel like that's where we're gonna see a confrontation if there's gonna be another one.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'd see it that late into it. But
where I actually see the confrontation could be happening,
I think it'd be this week.
Yeah, this week and or Kansas.
Yeah, I can see Kansas. That'd probably be the only places because Martin Shirley's gonna run like shit anyway, so it's not gonna matter. So he's gonna have to win before. If he don't win before Martinsville, he's not gonna make it to the Final Four anyway. But I mean, I'm not wrong.
No, you're not. I mean, I just.
So, but yeah. So I mean, if a confrontation comes between them, it's gonna be next week or Kansas, somewhere that Kevin I think will have a shot at. Or Dega even. But I mean, we're not gonna see a fight of Dega. That never happens.
Yeah.
My take though on the Bristol, I think all in all, it was a racing deal. 100%. That's racing. Like when we see people slide up into each other all the time. We saw Chase Elliott do it a year ago, literally. You know.
Amen.
But at the same time, we see people blocking and taking their displeasure out all the time. You know, I mean, that's just racing. So it sucks. I do personally think that Chase went about it the wrong way. I think he probably should have just rubbed him a little bit and left it at that. And then if you want to talk after, cool. But at the same time, Harvick took away his chance to win. So, I mean, an eye for an eye. You know, it sucks. But I mean, it is what it is. That's racing, you know. Sometimes you're not on the good side or the bad side, and sometimes you're both on the bad.
Yeah, I don't like how Chase handled it. Of course, you know, I mean, I probably kind of would have done the same thing if I was him, right? Like, I mean, you don't want the guy who just like ruined your chance of winning, not wrecked
Right.
you, but like at least ruined your chance of winning.
Right. To
To
go out
win.
and win. It
I mean,
sucks.
that's just
But at the same time, if that happens, in the theory, just in the theory, say Harvick does that to Chase and
okay.
Chase doesn't retaliate, but then Harvick goes out and loses the race to someone like say not Larson, but someone random that would have hurt Chase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, in a hypothetical situation, what if
He
Chase
would.
is on the cut line? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then someone
Oh, I
won.
think he would have wrecked him at that point.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So in that case, yeah. But at the same time, if Harvick say Chase did that and Harvick won, it didn't affect the points, you'd probably be like, well, that sucks. But
yeah.
at least it wasn't the guy behind him,
Yeah. I mean,
But
that's true. It was just like one of those, like he knew the situation type of thing, I guess.
Yeah, right. I mean, yeah. They both knew their end. What's to lose,
Yeah. And honestly, I think that's why they race each other like that. Like they're
Right.
like, we're both locked in. What the hell? It's 5 more playoff points. I mean, and Harvick
Right.
was trying to get
And Harvick needs it.
Yeah. It was just,
Harvick needs it.
so all in all, it was a 10 out of 10 weekend. That's all I have to say.
Oh man, Bristol put on a hell of a show. I'm almost bummed we're going back to the dirt. I mean, I guess it's going to be good that it's going to be nighttime, blah, blah, blah. Maybe the track will be better, but I mean, how do you go wrong with the Bristol on pavement, man? It's Bristol, I think if we ever go to do dirt, we need to leave Bristol. We need to go to a real dirt track because Bristol's Bristol. That's I don't know. I mean, just look at the screensaver behind Stat Boy there.
Bingo. Chase
That's what Bristol's about.
Chase should have Superman punch Harvick. Grim Reaper lead himself right in the chest. Thank you, Cal Naughton Jr. for that comment there. Does anyone know who that is?
No.
I
Do
know
you?
Cal Naughton Jr. is, but like.
Well, yeah, but.
John C. Riley, that you?
No, I don't think Chase should have sucker punched him.
I don't think Harvick's the right guy you need to punch, honestly, especially being Chase, because Harvick's not going to react well to being punched.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of the both drivers didn't do anything wrong for them to punch someone, right?
I mean, it was racing. I think they know that, but I think the reason Harvick was so upset was the fact about how he just took his air away,
Yeah. I mean,
right, the exact same reason why Kyle Busch was so mad at Chastain, because he took the air away, he took away his shot to win. I mean, that's kind of different, but the same, kind of.
Well, Chastain really didn't have a reason.
Right. He's just being a dick.
Anyways, let's go on to some news for this week. For 2022, Xfinity decided to change its logo, not as just a series, but as a as a company as a whole, to be purple. So now Xfinity Racing, the Xfinity Series will be a purple instead of a red.
I don't like that.
I think it looks good. But
I think the logo itself looks good. I just think about it in terms of when it comes playoff time. Because usually, we see the red spoilers, the red liner above the windshield and stuff like that. And I'm just like, are they going to do the purple? Because it's kind of look odd, I think, for a lot of paint schemes, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. That's what they do. But
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, they can still use the yellow, red, and blue because they don't use it because of the brand of the thing. They do it because of the NASCAR logo. Where it's red or yellow, red, and blue, and then NASCAR.
I mean, that's true, I guess, but I guess it just works out right now with the cup is just kind of cup, so it doesn't really matter with that. But the other two, it works with.
Yeah, it just looks like it works.
Yeah. That makes sense then, I guess.
Talking about purple, since Roush Fenway, Roush Fenway signed on a a new sponsor for 2022 and 2023. It's Violet Defense. Do y'all know what that is?
No idea.
I don't either. I think it's a girl product.
I'll look it up.
If I'm not mistaken. That's what it looks like. It's like a girl hygiene
Violet
product.
what?
Defense, yeah.
Violet defense. Images.
Um,
Damn.
it will also have
you
4
go.
primary sponsors this year. It would be split between Busher. Okay.
Concepts.
Smithfield CEO said, "As long as Xfinity don't drop the full rainbow, I don't care." How are you people in my chat?
I'm gonna be fishing.
Anyways, so yeah, so
Nice hand.
nice hand, feet. Um,
God.
so yeah, there's that. I still don't know what the company is itself. And then of course,
It's a disinfectant.
okay. As Michael Annett still continues to heal from his fracture, Josh Berry will pilot the one for Xfinity Series this weekend again. NASCAR says now that it has been a 5 straight Cup Series race that has earned a year-over-year increase in viewership. So for the past 5 races, we've had more viewerships than last year. So that's the longest streak since 2013. So that's a positive note. Especially we've had a couple night races on Saturday, so that's even better to hear.
Right.
And then, of course, we have... So getting away from the Truck Series, going back to Xfinity, or going to the lower series, the Truck Series, the Ford Performance reveals its body for 2022. The Chevrolets and the Toyotas still to be the same, but just a different type of vehicle. So it looks like they're getting a next gen as well.
What does it mean by just a different type of vehicle?
So it'll be the same body, the same like Chevy Silverado,
Right, but not a Silverado.
but no. But
Okay.
so they're doing different things to the vehicle to add horsepower and downforce to their.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be a different vehicle, but just the same manufacturer / make of it of this year. Does that make sense? Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm saying it right. So according to next year, team this I feel like this is what we're going to talk about. Teams expected practice and qualifying for the Cup next year. Sounds like NASCAR is leaning towards a short 30-minute practice with no adjustments allowed underneath the car, and we'll go.
I don't like that.
And we'll go straight into qualifying, and then impound for the majority of events. But obviously some weekends will include more practices than others. So I'll just go ahead and say my thoughts. I love the time of the practice. I just hate that we can't adjust underneath the car.
Exactly. That makes no sense. The time limit's perfect. That's all you need these days.
Yeah.
As long as, I guess, you actually go practice. But what's the point in practicing, though, if you can't adjust? That makes no sense.
So you can't adjust. You just want to be able to adjust, shocks.
Still just, I don't like that. I don't know.
Some Ting Wong commented, sounds like NASCAR is trying to save money. They are. That's the goal, to save the team's money. That's even why we're having a next-gen car, too.
Yep.
All
in all, it lowers the cost.
Yeah. It'll be a higher at the beginning, but you'll be able to use these products a lot longer because they'll be more durable. So.
Yep, especially with that composite body. I mean, we see the composite body in the Xfinity Series.
Yep.
And obviously, I mean, they're durable as hell. You know, we see them smack the wall left and right and just keep on going like nothing happened. Versus, the Cup cars, we see very slight contact, and you damn near destroy it.
Wow, we are getting a lot of comments actually tonight.
Good. What are they? I like comments. I like interactions.
Oh, as soon as they pop up, I'll read them off. Just FYI.
Yeah.
So, um, uh, that's all the news for the series that I have. But I do have driver stats for this weekend. So both of the Busch brothers will be having a starting or career start number or whatever for their hometown.
Milestone.
Yeah, milestone. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. So for KFB, he'll be making his 600 start this weekend. For Kurt Busch, he'll be making his 750 start this weekend. And only one driver has won on their 600 start, and that is Dale Earnhardt.
Well, then talking about starts, that actually reminds me of the news, quote unquote, of the Todd Bodine
Oh, yeah.
with the trucks. Marcus Lemonis, is that how you say his last name?
Lemonis, yeah.
Lemonis. Yeah, said he'd sponsor Todd Bodine for 6 races. Currently, he's at 794 starts over the top, all 3 NASCAR series. So he said, basically saying, go get those last 6.
Yeah.
I mean that's crazy. Because I mean, obviously we don't know if there's more to that story or what. For all we know, Bodine's been trying for 3 years to get a ride. We don't know. But if not, I mean, that's cool to just pop up out of nowhere and be like, hey, bud, I got you. Go do it, I mean, obviously, I'm sure he's got to find a ride, and then it's basically already sponsored. But, I mean, that's cool. I would like to see that if he does make the starts. I don't think he's going to do anything. He's not going to He's not going to be competitive. But it'd be cool. I also did think about that, too, as well. I'm sure NASCAR would let him run in the playoffs, but he wouldn't finish the 6, obviously, this season. It would run in the next season. So I was thinking that would mean he could possibly run Dega and Daytona, and those would probably be his 2 best shots to make something happen if he did do this.
That or like Texas, because he's really good at Texas as well.
Yeah, Texas, I could see that too, but
as long as John Ryder's not in the field. So, Wong also gave us another comment just now. You can't adjust ride height during the new practices, so little to no chance of lesser funding team to hitting a lucky setup. Yeah, I agree. This does kind of ruin the lesser funded teams to improve their vehicles.
Right, which ain't wrong, but
also it does help them, save the money where they don't have to use different types of shocks. They can just go out and hopefully that's the right thing. And
right, and then at the same time with the new body that we're getting, with the more airflow underneath and stuff, it will be better for the back marker teams and the ones with the lesser money, the ones that are back there anyway.
Yeah,
cars will be a lot easier to drive, which does help with the fact that they won't be able to make as much adjustments. So I mean, that is a good positive for that.
Yep,
makes it a little easier, a little more obviously competitive, I guess, throughout the field. Now that you'll be able to pass, we think. We'll see. we think. But yeah.
Did y'all have any more news that I missed?
That's all I have. Let me scan real quick.
I'm trying to look through.
I usually try to pull up a random stat that I could say throughout the podcast, and I didn't do that this week.
New practice favors team with the most expensive simulators. Yes, I do agree with that completely. Thank you for commenting as well, or chatting with us, I should say. I disagree, because I think simulators actually hurt the expensive teams, or the teams that have the most funding, because I feel like they try to go with what the simulator is, but they don't really know the tire model. Kyle Busch actually said something this week, how he was actually very upset that the simulators.
Well, Did he make a separate comment about that this week?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought you were
Like
referring to last week.
no, yeah. Or is it last week? Or I don't even remember.
At Darlington when he said, we go to we go to the simulators, blah blah blah. And we think we hit on something good, and we come to the track and we're shit.
No.
that was the second shit, I believe.
Oh no! This is like 2 seconds of progress, like in a meeting, yeah. But yeah, he said it really doesn't help him at all, so that's why he just goes to get familiar with the track, and then get like a baseline setup versus like nobody
Here
cares.
you go.
About
Here's a random fact. It's from 2 years ago, but I'm sure it's pretty still accurate. Kevin Harvick is either boom or bust at Las Vegas. It's win or wreck. In the past 6 races at Vegas, 3 top 7 finishes, including 2. Wait, I just read that wrong. Hang on. His line the past 6 races at Vegas, 3 top 7 finishes, including 2 wins, and 3 finishes of 38th or worse due to wrecks.
Both those wins, though, were in the spring races and not the fall races.
Well, there you go.
I'm just saying. So, I mean, that's honestly how he is for a lot of tracks. He wins a lot in the spring. And then a lot. Same with like Texas, though. He sucks there in the spring, but in the fall, he was good there before actually after the reconfiguration, too. But I don't know. It's just weird. And, I mean, that's not just Kevin. That's a lot of drivers, It's track changes.
Yeah,
we see it all the time,
Like, Chase really shines when the playoffs hit. Like, him and his team really do. Like, because honestly, I didn't even think they had the speed like they do right now.
I didn't even think about this earlier when we were talking about the freaking Xfinity race.
Yeah.
So obviously, as we talked about earlier, the AJ and Cindric came across the line wrecking together.
Yeah.
That was also for the regular season championship.
Oh yeah, we did forget that.
Whichever car would have passed that line first was the regular season champion, and that is obviously an incredible bonus to have. It came with 15 playoff points. Obviously, you win the race as well because of the situation.
So 20 playoff points.
So right, 20 points right there. That's huge going into the playoffs, locked in. Obviously, huge momentum as well, especially to win a race like that. That's about it for that. I also love the way that Cindric was extremely booed, and then 2 seconds later cheered on. That was great. That was NASCAR fans in a nutshell, 100%.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was great. But that was about it. Yeah, I don't have any other news.
All right, so Chad, if you're still watching with us, we would love to hear your picks as well. So we're about to do
as we go.
Picks, so that I guess we're not because we don't have our third person here. But we can at least do our cutoff picks. So since this round for the truck race, NASCAR fans are the most frickle fans. Okay, I agree with you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not wrong. I mean, at all. Anyways, so the truck race or the truck series, they have 3 more races till their championship 4. So we are going to say who is going to be in our final 4 at Phoenix for the truck series. I can go ahead and start off first if you'd like, or if you want to go.
Yeah, you can go ahead. I don't care.
Let me go ahead and grab the points though for the truck series so I can see who's.
I didn't think about that also. We didn't even talk about who was eliminated in Cup and trucks this week.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
We'll quickly do that. Cup at Bristol was McDowell, Kurt, Reddick, and Almirola.
Yep.
No surprise really there. I mean, Kurt
and I said 2.
Kind of got bad luck, but I said 2 of them as well. Almirola and McDowell.
Oh, I was talking about like when we were talking. Like I at least said like Almirola and Reddick. Like we were talking about the race.
There we go.
And then the trucks, the 2 that were eliminated in trucks was Todd Gilliland and Austin Cindric. Both of those extremely surprised. I'm sorry, not Austin Cindric, Austin Hill and Todd Gilliland. Both of those extremely heavy hitters. Both of those I think could have went out and won the championship.
Yeah, for sure.
Just bad luck. Austin got caught up in that one wreck he created, and then Gilliland just fell short on points. It's a bummer, but I mean that happens, and It's interesting because I think there's at least 3 or 4 of them guys in there that I don't think belong. But yeah. Anyway,
So I'll go ahead and say my final 4 picks. Um, of course, you can't go wrong with the top two. Nemechek and Creed. I really think that they'll end up making it. But the two that I
absolutely.
do have making it that will probably kind of be a surprise. Maybe not the third guy. Zane Smith, I do have making it to the next round, or well, to the championship 4. And then my last guy is going to be Carson Hocevar. Um, the reason why I just think he actually wins Dega. So
It's yeah.
I can see it.
My final 4 for trucks. Just like you said, you can't go wrong top 2. Obviously, John Hunter's absolutely destroyed the competition this season, and then Sheldon Creeders just showed up here as of late, completely dominated last round.
yeah,
So them two are that's an obvious pick for them. The other two I got making it into the final 4 is going to be Ben Rhodes and Matt Crafton.
wow, that's interesting. Well, um, what about you?
I'll go with John Hunter and Creed, Zane Smith, and Chandler Smith.
Okay.
I need to turn the light on.
Well,
I was going to say you look a little darker.
chat hasn't said anything, so I'm gonna keep you over there. Um, so I guess we'll go ahead and start off with our. We'll just so since we just eliminated drivers in the Cup Series, we're gonna eliminate 4 more drivers that already in. Okay. So you heard me. Said that he has John Hunter, Creed, Crafton, and Hocevar in the championship 4.
Is that Cody or
No,
Randall?
it's a random guy. So,
Oh, well, thanks for your input. We appreciate that.
so for the round of going into the round of 8, we're going to eliminate 4 drivers for the playoffs. We do usually have one more person here, but he's been away for a couple months. So I want to go ahead and say his pick real quick. So the 4 that he is eliminating for the round of 12 will be Harvick, Keselowski, Christopher Bell, and William Byron. DCD, you want to go next?
I'll go Christopher Bell, just young and experienced. I'm going to go with Brad. I think team's finally going to give up on him, even though he's going to try his hardest. Harvick's going to screw himself over. And Logano.
That's big.
Yeah, literally the bottom 4.
All right.
My 4 being eliminated is Christopher Bell. Just like you said, there's not enough experience there. I think he's obviously going to learn a lot from being in the playoffs this time, and it's going to be good for him in the future. But Christopher Bell, who's not quite ready. Brad K. I don't necessarily think the team's going to give up on him, but I just think they're not there
I mean, his only shot's
competition-wise.
Dega, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, he does it all the time.
Every time he's in a must-win there, he wins. So
Right, for real. So he could, but I'm eliminating him still though. I just don't think he's there in the head. Really, he's thinking about the future. Willie B and Alex Bowman are all being eliminated.
wow. So who I have eliminating this round? I'm having Christopher Bell, Brad Keselowski. We've already talked about what our thoughts are on that. Kyle Busch and William
Jeez.
Byron. So
I thought about going with someone like way up high because of the uncertainty of 2 of the 3 tracks, but I was like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go safe.
So Kyle Busch has the worst luck on Talladega and the
Sucks at
Roval.
Kansas. No,
And
that
so
sucks.
he said, okay, so you heard me, has 4 drivers eliminating. He has Harvick, Brad Keselowski, Alex Bowman, and Chase Elliott, and he also said, "Don't hate me," because he picked all of our drivers. That's so funny. Oh, I mean, that's your thoughts.
Chase
I mean,
Elliott. That's a bold pick with Chase Elliott, though.
Yeah, I know that's pretty. With 3 tracks like this, like that's oh, anything can happen. He's only +8, so.
Right.
So who? Those are our picks for that. Hopefully none of our drivers get eliminated, but we'll see.
I hope not.
Harvick's done.
He's so mad at you. He's like, Harvick's done. So
Chase ain't make it to the final 4. I'll say that now.
Because of Harvick or no?
If you don't go bold, you can't go
No.
out like you can't live like a hero. That's true. That's true. All right. Well, so since we're talking about picks, so we also do our picks for the race. Each race, I'm sure if you've ever watched the NASCAR Weekly podcast, you kind of see how they do their things. But we kind of do a little different. We do a bad run, or who's gonna suck, quote unquote. Who needs a good run / who is gonna get a good run. And then a win pick, just like normal. So we're gonna start off with a truck series. Let's go ahead and say Thomas's picks. So the truck series, he's gonna have the bad run. It's going to be Matt Crafton. He's gonna say Stuart Friesen has a good run this week, and then John Hunter Nemechek gets the win at Las Vegas.
I'm not surprised that he picked them. Those are Thomas picks.
Yeah, I know.
For my truck picks, I'm gonna go with oh wait, are we gonna go in order or just list them?
You can do whatever you want.
All right, my suck pick is Carson Hocevar for trucks.
Okay. Then we'll just I'll do all his then, and then we'll go like we usually do. So
Yeah.
who's your suck pick, DCD?
Zane Smith has a bad first race.
My suck pick is going to be Stuart Friesen. Mount of Halves is not his thing.
Right. My good run pick is going to be Matt Crafton. I think they step it up. They go back to his old 1.5 mile wave.
I'm going to take that one with him.
I'm going to go teammate. I think Bay Rhodes has a good run this week.
Well, win pick. John Hunter, man. You can't go wrong, especially being Vegas, KBM. I feel like if he doesn't win, it is a massive disappointment.
KFBM, John Hunter.
KFBM.
John Hunter.
What was the M? I don't.
Kyle fucking Busch Motorsports.
Oh, okay. That just threw me off hearing KFBM. So I was like, what the hell was M? No surprise there.
So the Xfinity Series, of course, is still at Las Vegas. I didn't say what time. We usually say the time of the race, but it's
yeah.
It's a Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Las Vegas.
Yep.
And then the Xfinity is going to be Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Of course, it won't be nighttime in Las Vegas, but it will be at Eastern. Sorry, you heard me did his picks. He's going to say Stuart Friesen is the suck pick. Matt Crafton gets the good run, and Sheldon Creed's going to win. According to Vince Welch's Sheldon Creed. Freaking hate him. Sorry. Sorry. I had just like a little mental over there. Alright. I'll just go ahead and say Thomas's picks again, like I did before. His bad run is Harrison Burton. His good run is Riley Herbst. And his win pick is Daniel Hemrick. What the hell?
What? I don't agree with any of that. I can't believe he went with good run Riley Herbst. Like, has he not watched all season, though? Thomas knows better. He knows better than that one.
He's trying to give you, your Stuart Haas fan, a happy ending here.
A happy ending would be putting AJ up front.
All right. So who's your suck?
Brandon Jones. I know, no surprise.
Riley Herbst.
Maya Snyder. We just said the trio, dog.
I'm dead.
Who's gonna? Sorry. Bad run. Who needs a? Who's gonna have? Or he needs
Bad
a good run.
run?
I mean, who needs a good run?
Bad run. A good run. I'm gonna kind of go the same route Thomas did, but he's not gonna win. Daniel Hamrick.
Maya Snyder.
Okay.
Actually, I think this would be the first race in their playoffs for Xfinity Series. I think with the 2 wins ending off the season, of course, he didn't win Bristol, but I think Noah Gresham has a good run at Las Vegas.
I can see it. My win pick is Austin Cindric.
I've never seen you pick Austin Cindric for a win. I swear.
I picked him a couple times. It's been a while. I think it was the road courses.
It's been a while.
I wanted to pick AJ, but I didn't think he'd do that. I don't think I'm that lucky.
My win pick is Daniel Hamrick.
Oh, wow.
All right, Thomas.
My win pick? Jeremy. No, I'm kidding. Justin Allgaier.
Jeremy. I hope Jeremy advances, but that's all he's going to get if he does.
I mean, yeah, it'll be hard to get 8th. Like, if they only eliminated 2, I feel like he can beat 2 people.
I don't know. I mean, you got to also think though with Dega in the Roval and Clements can race both of those tracks really well.
Yeah. Yeah, Dega.
Also, people not having good runs at those tracks
will help. Well, Dega, you already need to know it's gonna be a Collie car, so
either that or a junior car. I mean, that's the only options you have.
I mean, you saw it at Daytona.
He hasn't had any Xfinity picks, but so we'll go ahead and go on to our Cup picks. So that is at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it'll be about 4 p.m. On the West Coast for them. Starting on the pole is Kyle Larson because he won last week. So
not the only reason, but yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's 50% of it. Yeah.
50%. All right. Who's gonna suck? Oh, well, I forgot to say Thomas's picks. Sorry. Thomas, bad run is Keselowski. Has a good run as Alex Bowman. And Kyle Larson is the winner.
Again? No, I don't believe that.
Kyle can't win that much. That's not allowed.
No, I just don't think he does it.
My suck pick, Willie B.
My suck pick, Joey Logano.
My suck pick? What?
I just love the way we all said my suck pick and then just paused.
I really can't figure out what I want because
see, I had the reason I paused is because all right. So usually I do in order: suck, good run, and win.
yeah.
But for some reason I put good run, suck, win. So when I saw it, I was like, wait, is that supposed to be swapped or is that really what I wanted? That sounds like that's why I was thinking about it.
So the reason I'm not picking him to suck because of his stats here, because his stats are amazing at Las Vegas. Brad Keselowski, he's my suck pick, but I just don't think the team is going to perform. So
I agree.
Brad's going to suck this week. I wanted to give like a reason why behind it, but I really don't have one other than like they're just gonna suck.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it all year, especially the last, I'd say 10, 15 races or so. They have really struggled. I mean, I know they had a good run at Richmond, I
Bristol.
think.
Yeah,
We had Bristol.
Bristol's
We did
okay,
pretty
too.
good.
Bristol.
Yeah,
Bristol. Honestly, that was the fastest they've been all year.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It was Richmond that I'm talking about though. But yeah, Bristol too.
yeah.
That's by far been the best 2 races he's had in a long time. But yeah, I think he's gonna suck at Vegas as well. My good run is gonna be Logano.
Christopher Bell's gonna have a good first race.
But he'll be eliminated.
Yeah, still get eliminated.
Oh, Horseface is my all-time suck pick.
Who?
He said, some guy said, "Oh, Horseface is my all-time suck pick."
Oh, what's face?
Well, he actually, before we go ahead and finish our good runs, I want to say at least his sucking good run pick. His suck pick for this week at Cup is the 48 of Alex Bowman. His good run is going to be Denny Hamlin. My good run is actually not in the playoffs. He just got eliminated. It's Kurt Busch. But I think with being this 750 start, I think he will have a good run this week.
Not only that, but I mean they've been passed. You know, I think Kurt will be up front as well. I think he'll be a player. So, that was me. My win pick. Gotta go Harvick. I think he's fired up after Bristol. I think he's gonna come out the gate swinging, and I think it's the Harvick that you didn't want right now. So I'm going with Harvick.
I am going with Alex Bowman.
What a faggot! Did that finally come in?
I've been having that.
Oh, okay. I was saying because this was a while ago we talked about that.
You heard me. Win pick was Ryan Blaney for this weekend. Myself is going to be Alex Bowman as well, actually. So his stats in the fall race at Vegas are second, and third since he joined Hendrick Motorsports.
So you guys just don't want to see us race in Vegas anymore, then?
No.
We're still going back to Dover. He won there.
So far.
Grim Reaper done used up all his energy he got. I like this guy. He's pretty funny.
I'm dead. I mean, we got rid of one of Poconos, so
Yeah,
I mean,
thank God.
Bowman is still winning. So, can you imagine, man? Like, what if they literally did that, like unintentionally, but literally just kept dropping all the tracks that he won at? Like, oh, if this guy can win here, then we don't need to be here.
What? Sorry, I was looking at something.
Oh, what? What?
So yeah, that's all of our picks for this weekend. That's pretty much all we got for us as well. Do y'all want to add anything before we end off this podcast? Anything, some news or idea or whatnot?
Going fishing tomorrow. That's some news.
Oh, that's good.
Kevin Harvick pulls another Talladega stunt.
Oh my god.
God, I hope I don't ever see nothing like that again. That'd be horrible. No, yeah, I look forward to Vegas. Vegas is always a good track. It's been a good track the past couple of years. I think a lot of action happens there. What did he say? Some stupid shit about Harvick?
He said, wait, if Bowman wins the championship, does that mean that's the end of NASCAR?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Or just Phoenix?
Phoenix race.
Definitely the Phoenix race.
Dude, if
for
we
sure.
can get rid of the Phoenix race, I'd be down. Like, if we go back to Homestead, I'd be okay.
I love Homestead, man.
I think it should rotate every year, honestly.
I agree. I think it should too. I feel like that would show who's truly a champion, you know? if you can go anywhere and win when it matters, then
y'all
do the best.
just want no back-to-back championships, do y'all?
Get good.
I think we'd get back-to-back championships.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be hard.
With the talent we have right now, I mean, Chase can win anywhere. Larson clearly can win anywhere. I mean, we still got
Bowman
a
can
lot
win
of guys.
anywhere.
Who?
Right, I mean, I
Bowman
guess.
can. Okay, stats aren't
guess.
as good.
But
he can.
sorry. I literally wasn't hearing what you were saying. I'm not being like
Who? No, but I
I'm
mean,
not a jerk.
realistically, I think Logano can win anywhere. You know, Hamlin can win anywhere. Bush, obviously. I feel like we could get back-to-back championships. Obviously, it'd be harder, but
honestly,
why
it could
should
be
it be
easier.
easy? Yeah, I mean, depending on
Because-
where they go.
Yeah, because I feel like when you go back to the same place again, you bring better equipment anyway. So
Right. Versus, I mean, obviously we've seen Phoenix, and we've never known what Phoenix was going to drive like this late in the year. So you really don't know what to bring. And same to go with any of the tracks. If they fucking wanted to go back to Atlanta, like we talked about a week or two ago, which would be great. Yeah, I mean, none of them guys know how Atlanta's going to drive in freaking November. But
that's true. Well, Logano will dump anybody for a championship.
I would too. I mean, why we gonna lie? I mean,
I think I'd dump my grandma for NASCAR Cup
No
Series
doubt.
championship.
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably dump her, but I'd probably want to spin her in the grass because she's like up there. Like she can't hit no wall.
Yeah.
But take it
Give him the
to.
Dale Earnhardt treatment.
Oh
What?
Jesus!
Is it who is going to New Atlanta? What? Or what?
Yeah, Atlanta's new this year, but
No. I just want to make sure that is he
He's
asking if we're
asking.
going?
Yeah, are you asking if we're going? That'd be great.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I
I
don't think
got
so.
money to save. I got a wedding to plan. But I am going to the Homestead race next year because that's long after the
I
wedding.
will be going to the Daytona 500. I know that for a fact.
I'll be going to New Smyrna around that time.
Yeah, we will.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's going. I don't know. I mean, I might go to Atlanta. I mean, they have two races next year, so
I'd like to.
I mean,
I just don't think it's possible for me.
Depends.
I mean, for my career, what I want to do with eventually, in NASCAR. I mean, I'd love to, go to races, so like that, and just be like more of a media person to go inside the garage. So,
Right.
If I'm able to do something like that and like get like a pass like that, then heck yeah, I'll go any day. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, that'd be your job at that point.
I know. I live 2 hours away from Atlanta. I'm 30 minutes away from Dega. I'm thinking about going to Dega next month. I'm not even joking. I think about just going.
I kind of miss living up north because I was an hour away from Atlanta. I was about 3 hours away from Bristol, about 2.5 hours from Talladega. They were all around me, man. It was great.
And that is like just a one night stay. Like you don't have to travel that much. You just go there.
Right. Unless you're going all weekend, because then you're
Oh,
staying. But
Which
we would do.
I slept in my car.
But not Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta, you could easily drive back and forth every day. It was literally like a 50-minute drive to Atlanta. It's so cake.
Well, that was Kentucky Speedway for me. It was literally it was 50.
That's basically Daytona for me. I mean, it's a little further than that, but my parents. So basically, my parents are like 35 minutes away from me, and then Daytona is like
I'm like 2 hours.
30 minutes away from them.
There you go.
Well, it's like 40, but Homestead's far though.
Anyways, but yeah, that's all we have for the podcast, though. Are you going to any tracks? I know you're asking us, so just since you're asking, I want to know this right now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask the same.
5 hours. God damn.
From what? Dega?
Yeah,
How close are you to Texas, though? You should be pretty close to Texas.
Dega's closer, I'm pretty sure.
Nah.
Okay.
Texas is probably like 2.5.
Dang in October.
What?
No.
here.
Why is it?
No, Dega's closer. Texas is 8 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Man, I thought it was a little closer.
I had a bot that was.
Doing stuff again.
Yeah, his name was Adolf Hitler Nazi.
How do we keep getting those in here? They just like search for like live shit like that to do that.
I guess. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I blocked him from my channel, so.
Right, but sadly, thousands.
And you're going to Atlanta next spring? That's cool. I'm glad. Anyway, hey, I don't know. I'm thinking about going to Dega. So we'll see. Might get a group of friends, just pop up there and get okay seats since we didn't plan ahead of time. So
Yeah, I was
We'll
thinking
stay on
about
the outskirts.
telling my dad to like we would get the weekend tickets for Homestead and do the whole weekend down there.
that'd be awesome.
Great. I mean, I know I'm going. I just don't know if he's. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna want to go, but you know,
Yeah.
you know how it goes. But I'm excited. I love Homestead, and then to be late in the playoffs, man, it's gonna be exciting.
Oh, for sure. Well, I think it's time to end this for sure.
Yeah, it's a good podcast.
It was
A little short for us.
Yeah, it was really short, and it was good at the same time. Like it was perfect.
Yeah.
Also, you heard me, and all the other people that was commenting. Thank you for all that. That was fun to listen in and or not listen in, but to talk to y'all and do whatever. But we are always on live on Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this channel. And I saw that you subscribed as well, so thank you for that. And then also, tell your friends. I think we're pretty funny and interesting. So,
I mean, we're decent, you know.
I'm definitely the funniest.
Piss excellence.
What?
I mean, sure.
More than piss excellence.
I mean, yeah.
All right, Ricky Bobby, calm down. You're not first, you're last, and you're last.
All right. Well, y'all have a wonderful night, and like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and
Absolutely.
peace.